Nymph, released in 2014, is the story of is the story of a mermaid who has a taste for human flesh and lives on a remote island with an enslaved guardian, a serial killer. The movie starts with a very romantic note, where we see a couple having sexy fun in the sun. They were racing around the cliffs on a motorcycle. There's a sexy midnight rendezvous between Sergey and blonde Anna on a beach. All of a sudden, they're interrupted by some strange singing that mesmerizes the guy a lot. The music lures and convinces Sergey to end his own life subscription. Poor girl screams for help, only to have her screams answered by a creepy stranger in a worn sailor's togs who sends her to the afterlife with a nasty looking anchor hook. In the very next scene, we have two American girls. Kelly and Lucy are taking a vacation to the beautiful coastal town of Rose, where Lucy plans on meeting her friend from 7 years ago. Alex, the off-brand version of the rapper Pitbull, happens to be an old flame of Lucy, a girl who can't quite let the past go. She has some sort of hope to do a bit more than just reconnect, but her hopes and dreams are crushed when she meets his fiancée Yasmin. Like my high school years, there is tension between this lovers triangle, and we have quite the interesting circle of underlying drama while everyone is pretending to have fun and leave their cares behind. Alex has their vacation all planned out, which includes partying on a boat and doing some sightseeing, including a deserted army base on a nearby island that was used as a submarine dock during World War II. But first, they have a pre-party at Alex's house, where Lucy sees fisherman Nico giving her the old stink eye, and Kelly jokingly says, "I think he knows everything you did last summer." Nico is looking for his daughter, as he told Boban that she was somewhere around Boca Bay with a friend, and hasn't seen or heard from her since. Kelly is traumatized and doesn't like the water because her brother drowned years ago. Lucy knows this and told Alex, "I don't think I have ever seen her in the water." Good thing they're not on a vacation trip involving a boat, water, and a killer mermaid. That would be awful. As they're having this conversation about Kelly, the flame is rekindling between Lucy and Alex, and they eventually start kissing. And then, in a very short scene, we see someone with a gaffer's hook killing a young guy minding his business. The next morning, Alex and his friends use his boat to go sightseeing and take a look at the old army base, which was built when the country was known as Yugoslavia. They meet Yasmin's friend, who introduces himself to Kelly and Lucy as Boban, like the actor Bobby De Niro. He is a character who adds a comic effect to the movie. Both the girls seem inspired by him. However, Alex feels uncomfortable around him since he's a little too handy with Yasmin, which is funny because he was just kissing his ex last night. Boban suggests that they can visit the nearby deserted island of Mamula for kicks. The group gets the requisite warning while partying at a local bar to stay away from Mamula by grizzly drunken old sailor and suspiciously creepy transit Nico, who also shares a suspicious resemblance to what little we saw of the crazy hook, the old man on the cliff. He lost 6 good men there a long time ago, and he can still hear their screams. He also believes something evil surrounds that place and advises them just go somewhere else. Since this is a horror film and they are complete morons, they ignore Nico's advice and take the boat there the next morning. But they cannot dock because the island is surrounded by jagged rocks, so they must swim about 20 yards to get to the shore. Red flag. This worries Kelly, but Boban lets her hold tight while she jumps to shore, and a little romantic heat happens between the two. Now they're on an unoccupied island. There is no cell phone service. Another red flag. The camera rolls on this location. They're exploring the beauty of the fortress. Kelly is busy with taking pictures, while high up above, they all see an old well at the center of the fort. They spy on a weird guy that looks like some dumpy watchman or groundskeeper. He wanders in and starts pouring a metal bucket full of blood and severed human body parts into the well. Right on cue, things get creepy. When he is gone, they checked into the well, but could not see anything in the darkness. Boban asks Kelly to take some pictures by pointing down the flash of her phone. Here, a serious argumentation occurs between Alex and Bob. Kelly takes a photo down the well and a woman shows up on her camera phone. The mystery goes all around in the air. There's a darkness hidden beneath the island and the terror has just begun. Kelly drops off her phone As the summer sun quickly sets, the dark mystery of the night envelopes and they discover that they're not alone. Someone else is on the island with them and he will stop at nothing to protect its secrets. Meanwhile, the old man realizes their presence on the island. He gets the task of killing them all. They run to the boat only to find it's gone. The old man is firing continuously with a shotgun on their way. A deadly fight occurs between Bohan and the old man. He tries to grab the shotgun away from the old man and gets seriously cut in the leg with a knife. Boban tells everyone else to run away. While he plays a cat and mouse game with the old man, Boban avoids him and rejoins Lucy and Yasmin. But they have lost the track of Kelly and Alex. On the other side, Kelly and Alex are in a tunnel. Kelly insists that they have to try to save the imprisoned girl, as she assumed her Nico's lost daughter. When they were going, Alex hears a strange, beautiful singing, which Kelly can't. Boban and the other two girls discover a room with a bloody bathtub in the middle, and the walls are plastered with newspaper articles of missing people dating back to World War II. They also find an old photo of the Guardian with Nico, and they are both wearing military uniforms. Kelly joins the rest of the group and she tells them that Alex has found the girl from Well, so they go off to find him. They did not notice that the old man has snatched Yasmin and yeeted her off with a gaffer's hook. He put her in the bathtub and begins to decapitate her with an axe. It took him at least 10 swings to remove her head from her body. I counted. Lucy, Kelly, and a badly hurt Boban eventually find a map of the fort indicating that the government built a tunnel connecting the island to the mainland. When Boban and the two American girls backtrack to find Yasmin, they see the old man hack off her head and throw it on the floor. Boban hears the beautiful singing and becomes obsessed with finding out where it is coming from and takes a slap in the face by Kelly to snap him out of it. They discover that the beautiful woman they saw in the well is a mermaid. As Boban fights for his life against the old man, Lucy and Kelly then spot Alex's headless body floating in the water. While the beautiful mermaid transforms into a hideous creature, Lucy falls in the water and is killed by the creature. Boban has one of his hands impaled by the gaffer's hook, but he plants the axe into the old man's back and kills him. The mermaid lets out a god-awful scream, which brings the old man back to life, because she needs someone to feed her human bodies when she can't find them herself. The old man chases them thereafter through the bunker's labyrinth of narrow tunnels, but they barely escape ahead of the mermaid and her henchmen by making through a metal door that leads outside. To fill all his mysterious connections to things, Nico is on the other side of the door and tells them to get in his rowboat if they want to live. He tells the story of the killer mermaid while he rows back to the mainland. It turns out that the mermaid is one of the sirens of Greek mythology, who uses her siren song to lure unsuspecting male prey to their doom. Women are immune to this song, but the mermaid has no problem with killing them if they get in her way. Nico tells that the legend got one of the islands wrong because the island that the bunker was built on is one of 3 islands occupied by a siren. He was one of the marine engineers sent by the old Yugoslav Navy to build that tunnel years before. They discovered the mermaid when they were building the base in the 1940s. His 6 friends were murdered by the mermaid, and the old man once used to be the lieutenant, until the mermaid took him over and made him her slave. His ex-friend then began killing tourists and residents to feed the siren's hunger. While Nico is just a few yards from the mainland, the mermaid attacks, knocks Boban off the boat, and drags him down the water to his doom. Nico impales the mermaid with a spear gun with a line attached to it, while Kelly gets over her fear of the water, jumps in, and tows the boat to the shore. The mermaid then appears again, and Kelly pulls the spear gun line and drags it ashore away from the water, while Nico throws a net around her so she can't crawl back into the water. Nico nearly falls under the mermaid's spell when she starts to Ariana Grande him, but Kelly snaps him out of it. Then Nico stabs her to death with a multi-pronged fishing spear. The Guardian comes on the spot. He holds his dead mermaid's body in his arms. When Nico realizes that the mermaid's 2 sisters are leaving their islands thousands of miles away to come to Rose for retribution, Nico knows that everyone in this beautiful seaside village are screwed. Nico vows to kill them all one by one. He creates the first victim by impaling the enslaved old man head with the gaffer's hook, and then awaits for the inevitable to happen. If you liked the video and want to look into other movies without watching it, check out this video of a mutant with a chainsaw coming out her behind. And comment below your thoughts, as we would love to